Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loki here. Join me today as I talk about how a flashlight can help me in my garden. So let's go. This is not just a regular flashlight. This is a flashlight that I received recently, and I looked into it and I found a few different ways I can use this particular flashlight in my garden. A company named Olight reached out to me. They wanted to send me a flashlight, and they said they thought this would be a great fit for me in my garden. I did a little bit of research to see whether or not that was true, and I actually found I could use something like this in my garden, and I'm going to share how I plan on using it. Certain types of worms come out at night and they glow in the dark, and a UV flashlight can help detect those worms. That UV light actually makes them stand out in the darkness. And if you're wondering, can you use a normal flashlight to do the same process? No, you can't, because when you use a normal flashlight, it basically just bounces or reflects the light off of the plants and the bugs or insects that are on those plants. And in essence, a normal flashlight makes it harder to spot those insects and bugs, and in fact, it makes them want to hide. There are actually a number of worms you can detect using UV light. One of them is the awful tomato hornworm. Many of you are familiar with it. You'll find it on your tomato plants, but you often will find them also on your pepper, eggplant, and even potato plants. The cabbage worm or the cabbage looper. You'll find those type of worms on cabbage, broccoli, or even kale. Budworms, oh my goodness, I found them all over my supertunias. You'll often find them not only on just supertunias, but petunias as well. In fact, you'll even find budworms on geraniums, peppers, and even tobacco in cotton plants. UV light can even detect cutworms, which you might find in your lawn, on your flowers, or even on your vegetable plants. A final worm that UV lights can detect are bagworms, and you'll find those on various trees as well as shrubs. This is what the outside of the box looks like. So let's go ahead and open this up. It's in this nice secure packaging. And this is just a removable instruction sheet that shows you what each of the buttons do. And inside here, we just have some instructions and other paperwork. And in here, we have a magnetic charger with a USB port. And then at the bottom of the flashlight, it says to charge in order to activate before first use. So we're going to remove this. We'll slide this off. And then this piece connects onto the bottom of the flashlight, just like that. And now I can go ahead and plug this in to get it charged up. Now I'm going to tell you how to effectively go out in your garden and use something like this type of flashlight to help find the worms. Timing. Go out at night after the sun has set. It doesn't need to be terribly late, but it needs to be dark. Conditions. You want to turn off any lights that you have outside so that your garden is definitely on the darker side. Technique. Shine the UV light all over the plant, above the leaves as well as below the leaves. What to look for. The caterpillars will often glow in the dark. They'll stand out when they're on top of a leaf or on top of a plant. Safety. Be sure to protect your eyes. You don't want to have the beam from the UV light shining into your eyes. Collect or remove. Well, once you've detected a worm or a number of worms, go ahead and remove them off of your plant and do with them whatever you wish. Some people like to feed the worms to their chickens, but it's really up to you what you want to do with them. So other than using the UV flashlight to help me detect certain bugs and caterpillars in my yard, I'm planning to use it a few other ways. One feature is a built-in laser light, and I can use that when I'm trying to make new flower beds in my garden. I'll use it so it helps me make a nice straight line. And another way I'm planning to use it is just as a flashlight in my yard. As I'm moving around, if I need to run down and get the mail, it's a long way from my house to the mailbox. So something like this will come in very handy. And trust me, I live in an area that's very wooded, and we get lots of critters like skunks and raccoon. I've seen them digging around in my yard. So I want to feel safe by using a flashlight in my garden, not only during the day, but also at night. A product like this is great to have as a gardener. But you might also know a fellow gardener that has a birthday coming up or a holiday is around the corner. This would make a perfect present. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to this product down in the description below, and there'll be additional information out there, including a code that you can use for a certain period of time. I'd like to give a special thank you to Olight for sending me this flashlight. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.